Hello everybody, I'm Ronnie Mandell. I'm with Coach Chung of head Boys Varsity Volleyball. Thanks for taking some time with me, answer some questions before the season starts.
My pleasure. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so I know tryouts have just kind of finished and you guys are getting the season started. So how do you think the team's been preparing during the off season to ensure success during the upcoming season?
Like a lot of other programs, the guys have been doing workouts. A lot of them play in the off season, whether it's club volleyball or some other thing. Training, but we've been getting together, doing some workouts, building relationships, and putting in the time, and hopefully that'll all pay off here soon.
Great stuff. I know many of my friends who have played during the fall and the winter, so they've kind of shared some of those experiences, and I think they can kind of build off that in the spring. Lots of excited players. Are there any specific areas of the game that you're focusing on improvements when you've been working kind of with the team so far?
Well, we just started. We
Yeah.
just had our tryouts, and they ended yesterday. So we haven't even had our first day. But really early on, we set up team norms. We try to figure out what our goals are going to be for the season. Obviously, there's some rust that we have to work off in the beginning and building that team chemistry. There's a lot of that. That's so important to have that connection between setters and hitters. And just really the trust with front lines of defense versus with our back row, and just being able to trust one another, being able to communicate effectively. So all of that stuff, we maximize out some reps early on, and just try to figure out what's working with us, figuring out our tempos, making sure that especially our setters and our hitters are on the same page.
Well, you kind of preluded my next question. What are your plans to kind of foster that team chemistry among the players? That's always a very important thing, especially in volleyball.
Sure, super important. I don't know that I have to do as much this year as maybe we've had to in the past. This is a pretty tight group. A lot of them are already really close friends. And sorry to jump ahead to maybe any other questions that you might have, but at the same time, I would say we got 9 seniors on this group. And so we've got a lot of experience, and these guys have been doing this for some time now. So I don't expect that to be very difficult. I think that the guys seem to really like each other. They love the sport as well, and I think they're all really excited to get started.
Now, saying that, there's me kind of a raised competition this year. You guys are in the CSL South. So how do you think that's going to kind of fare with your team, and what are kind of your expectations about that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Sure, the competition and the level of competition has increased, and we've got some really good teams, many of which have players that I've been coaching in the off season. A lot of my players are playing at New Trier or Glenbrook South or Glenbrook North, and so it'll be nice to see them again. But it'll be different as friendly rivals. And I expect it to be a real challenge, but at the same time, I expect us to handle that challenge well. I think if the guys are excited for that, I know that they know that the level of competition is going to go up. And the thing about volleyball, though, that's really interesting too, is that we still are only one class. So where basketball might have 4 classes or football has 8 classes, volleyball is still one class. So at the end of the day, if we want to be successful in making another state run, last one for us was 2013 that we made to state. So that's been over a decade since we've been there. But we'll have to overcome the New Triers, the Stevensons, and those teams until they split our classes.
It's a great point, and I know you kind of referenced those seniors. I know it may be hard for you, but are there a few that you can kind of name that you think would be great in leadership roles, potentially captains, that you're really looking for in the success of your team?
I don't know that I would name a captain just yet, because I think the team has some say in we want to give them also a voice when it comes to choosing captains. But of those 9 seniors that we have, many of them are returning, right? And some of them were starters even last year as juniors. And so certainly I would expect guys like TK, Ethan. Ethan was a captain last year, actually, as a junior. Pluroma as a setter, he was also starting last year. And I believe those are and Micah was also playing last year as a starter. Sometimes Liam also got some minutes. So we have a good number of returning seniors, and we have a few new seniors as well to our program. And we still also even have a junior that was on the team last year as a sophomore. And so, expecting that experience to really go a long way for us. But I'm also really excited for the newcomers. I think they've really earned their stripes.
Well, it seems like you guys have a lot of great options. Last, coach, how do you plan to measure the success of the team both on and off the court this season? What's your measure of success for the team?
Gosh, lots of really good questions. I think at the surface, right, wins and losses seem to be one way that people measure success, and I think those are always important. We always want to be winning. But I would say the true mark of success of a season will be kind of the impact that it has on future seasons. We've enjoyed in our program, we've had a legacy of just a tradition of excellence for so long. I think it goes all the way back to 2008, and until COVID hit, I don't think we ever fell short of a regional final. I don't think we fell short of winning 20-win seasons. We've really enjoyed that kind of success, and it always comes from the success of the years before. So I think time will tell what this season's going to bring. I have no doubt that this group will be a very successful one, because I think it'll show in the years to come.
Well, very exciting stuff. If you're watching this, please come out to the Warrior Gym to support boys volleyball. It's destined to be another very successful season. Coach, thank you for taking time.